Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna take a look at a little bit controversial topic, which is the most graphically demanding PC games in 2021. And the reason why this is a bit controversial is since we see a lot of people are getting their hands on 3000 series from Nvidia, and some of them actually managed to get some Radeon cards as well, we see an increase of people playing games or supposedly demanding titles on high settings, some benchmarks, some frame tests, and the world is in a pretty good place apart from the chip shortage. And I decided to actually read up and educate myself to see if there's any new title I should be giving a go with the 1080 Ti. Now, the thing what I noticed is different websites have very different information when it comes to requirements of the games. So as you can see, I'm sitting on a gaming scan, and basically, the list of the games doesn't really make much sense when it comes to graphically demanding titles. I do understand the Forza Horizon 4 might be a bit taxing, but when I see Grand Theft Auto 5 being in the list, I must say it's not really taxing unless you are modding the hell out of the game. If we look at the Control and recommended specs, the recommended specs for Control technically was for 2000 series to utilize the RTX cores, and you would have some nice reflections because this game is literally built for RTX. So seeing a 1060 and 6060, no RTX there. So overall, going through all this list, I did notice some very interesting things. Far Cry 5 apparently is graphically taxing. Deus Ex Mankind Divided is apparently a very demanding title, and Metro Exodus as well. Microsoft Flight Simulator and Cyberpunk. So the list kind of makes sense. However, when we go back in time a bit, back to 2020, when this article came out in February 19, they actually explain why these games are supposedly to be so demanding. And I wonder if this is just a copy paste 1 year later. But let's go to the contenders to the top 5 or top 4. So number 4 out of 15 is Far Cry 5, which actually says that if you hope to run this game at anywhere near 60 frames and a decent resolution, and they don't tell us what is that, you'll need a high-end card like a GTX 1080, woohoo, happy noises, paired with at least an i7-67 and 16 gigabytes of RAM. So I'm not entirely sure what is a decent resolution, but let's park it for now and go further. Hitman 2 apparently is very taxing, and it also wants to go for basically a 4K resolution, but you will need a god card such as an RTX 2080 Ti. So to play Hitman 2 in 4K, I must say it's not only about GPU anymore, it's about CPU and the overall system, because there's crowded areas and a lot of NPCs, a lot of objects, physics and stuff like that, and a lot of stuff going on in most of the scenes. Number 2 or second place is Deus Ex Mankind Divided. If you remember the previous list just now, it was also somewhere at the top tier. And it literally says, again, if you want a dependable 60 frames on maxed out settings, it will only happen on GTX 1080 or better. And it's incredibly demanding of a game that was released at a time when 1080 was the only card to rule them all. And I must say, I've never actually maxed this game out, and I do believe it's a very strong contender for us to take a look at. And number 1 is Metro Exodus, and apparently, you need a 2080 Ti or the Titan, and they kind of claim that they struggle to hit 40 frames. So what I decided to do is quite literally, let's take these top 4 positions and play them for about 5 minutes, 4040p, ultra settings with 1080 Ti, and see how we fare. I do know that some of these games, specifically Metro Exodus, I've done on my channel, but it never hurts to verify the results. Specifically, I want to see 4040p and 40 frames being crushed. So let's get on with this, and let's do Metro Exodus first. So as promised, we are in Metro Exodus. Let's take a look at the options first so we're on the same page here. So we're gonna be running this at 4040p or 2K resolution, ultra quality with vertical sync off and DirectX 12. The RTX will be off for obvious reasons. And before we're gonna start this game, I'm gonna, well, basically enable MSI. You know what? Since people hate cutting and they say, oh, you cheated, how about we enable it right now? How about them apples? So people can't say, oh, you changed some settings. You know, you definitely changed some settings, so that's not correct. Here we are. So let's continue and see where we end up while the MSI hooks in.
When it has been years since anyone's heard anything but static and white noise on the radio, who could still believe we are not alone on this earth? My wife, my comrades from the Order, my friends, people from my station.
Don't trust nobody. If they notice you, we're both done for.
So here we are, and 4040p, ultra settings, 1080 Ti, i5-9600k, not overclocked, everything on stock. Same goes for the GPU, and what do we see? We see 104 frames on DirectX 12.
Wait. You'd better not walk into the light. Let's do it this way. You sneak to the light.
Bam, bam, bam.
Looks like they didn't finish the repairs at the generator, Sergeant. Don't rush. Move crouched. It's quieter that way. Stay close to the wall.
Yermak, is that you? What are you mumbling? Come here and help me fix this.
So we are actually at 100 frames, and to be honest, the GPU is doing only 73% as in terms of being used, so we are clearly above 40 frames as said. So I don't know about the decent resolution. I think 4040p is the most popular setting when it comes for gaming. Not many people have 4K monitors, and well, those who have, they obviously have a GPU for that. And so far I would say it's actually pretty decent. I'm not seeing any serious frame dips. Also, this game has got its own updates as well, so...
What's with that mumbling?
Sorry, mate.
Turn that light off. Let's go. Wait a moment. Wait. He's looking this way, and we need to get to that door. Great. Now throw it. Well done. Let's go. Come.
I never understood this segment, but I do believe it's pretty taxing for the simple reason. A lot of moving parts and light sources.
Go through. Come on.
So yeah, we'll see.
To you.
Throw the onion!
Oh my God! You're alive! Alive! Are you hurt? Hunter's badge? It stopped the bullet!
Take this, bitch!
Don't move.
Morons! We are at war! One death won't be enough for you now, you
What is this
imbeciles.
equipment?
This is a universal broadband radio jammer.
What?
It stops Moscow from hearing anyone.
Them. From here and us. Shit. This fucking sucks.
Do you hear that, Artyom?
I also see the frames, which are clearly above 40.
Do you see? It's not just Russia out there. It's the whole world. Oh my God. What for?
Because the war is still going on. And you behave like fucking kids.
All the guards will be here soon. Damn.
Don't shoot.
Artyom?
I'm with him. With you. You have to run. Is this yours? They just left it sitting there. We must get out before they recover.
Get ready, people.
Guards! You have to go sneak through the courtyard. Take the door the guards are coming through. Here, quick! Let's go.
All unauthorized
Who are you?
Andrei Ivanovich Yermak, the train engineer. Run now. Just get to that hangar, then go to it. I'll get you out of here. They know me, so I'll get there easily.
Why are you helping us, Andrei Ivanovich?
I had... I guess I'll tell you later. I hope.
Hey guys,
Be
what's
careful.
going on?
So let's see how the outside world looks with the blizzard.
Artyom, I see the enemy. Give me a boost. Can't really see well with the snowstorm. Don't forget your visibility gauge, Artyom.
If you don't move too fast and don't come out into the light, you'll be harder for them to notice. Don't turn your flashlight on either, they could notice. Artyom, incoming, 2 of them. I'll give you some cover from above.
Okay, so a little bit of a frame dip here. But we're back to normal.
And then they just walked in here all by themselves, did they? A chopper brought them and then flew. Oh yeah, Agent Hank reporting. Naturally they'll protect. I see the enemy!
Wow.
It's on!
Okay.
Covering you.
Time to play Tarkov, I guess.
The enemy's over there! Behind those crates!
And so far I'm not really seeing any problems, but could have just sneaked past them, to be fair, but hey, this is much more fun.
Down!
Enemy comes! I see the bastard! Visual on the enemy! Attention! The command center came under enemy attack.
Changing position, Artyom.
All
Artyom,
unauthorized
the hangar is
persons are
right
to be
there.
fired upon
We're to break
immediately. Civilian personnel movement is prohibited until further notice. Attention! The jamming system is coming back online.
Well, I must say this game is definitely running above 40 frames. So yeah, let's move on to the next title. So the next title on our list is Deus Ex Mankind Divided, and obviously what we're going to do is just give it a little go. And here are the settings we're going to be using. So we're on 4040p with graphic preset on Ultra, And we're gonna basically just go in and see how it all looks. There is a built-in benchmark tool which we're gonna run first. And we'll just go from there. Deus Ex is a bit long game to be honest, but to be honest, most of the Square Enix games are like this. Specifically when you remember Tomb Raider, so, well, not really a surprise. Also, this game was very hard to be maxed out back in the day, and I do believe it still is. And I think 4040p as well, again, should be a pretty good indication. And we do have 1080 Ti, so we have Ti over 1080. Just to double check. Ultra. So, and where is the display? And display is on 4040p, vertical sync is off. There we go. Extras and benchmark. Let's go. And already, even this is recording and benching at the same time, we are above 60 frames, which I believe in one segment it will drop down to 56 when we see the metallic mech suit for reasons unknown. A lot of lightning, a lot of different things here, so I don't know. This is one of the reasons why I take such gaming websites with a bucket of salt, because I mean, if you read such a thing, right, and let's say you have 1060 or you have 980 Ti, you probably will just splash out your money first and then you will wait for, you know, the frames to come, but you can just test it yourself, or just visit my channel, drop me a line, send me an email, tell me, hey, can you test this one out please for me, so, you know, I make an informed decision of buying a better graphics card or something. So GPU is pegged out at 99%, we're using 4.5 gigabytes of video memory, 6 gigs of RAM, and we are well above 60. Of course, 4K, everything maxed out would be pretty bad choice. This is still demanding title. I'm not entirely sure about optimization though, but I remember trying to play this with 980 on full HD maxed out, and it was not going great, to be honest. So I'm kind of happy about these results right now, and to be honest, everyone should. And end of the benchmark, we should get our score, which is, so average is 74, minimum 59, maximum 94, so I think that's actually pretty decent. And let's just continue the story, which is the very beginning, just to see if we have the same frame rate in the game, because again, synthetic benchmarks are very weird when it comes to it, so I think we should just give it a proper go so we can say yes or no about this. So we are hitting 100 frames. It's even better, so our settings are not really changed. So we're at 100, not even at 60 plus something. And of course you kind of need to play this first, but yeah. To be fair, I never really played this game for prolonged periods of time. It's one of my to-do list games. And again, the reason was I was simply not able to play it due to my limitations of GPU and CPU back in the day. So now when I have it, I don't even remember where I'm coming from and what the actual mission is, but it looks like I have liberated some of these people. I can throw a beer case. Woohoo! Yeet! So I think this is the very first zone after insertion, because this kind of looks like the way in. And in here, as you can see, we are actually dipping down to 49 frames, which is very interesting, but at the same time, the frame rate's kind of fluctuating. I don't know why. Probably because of the light. Let's try to see. Yeah, so once we are looking at the guardrails and everything, it kind of dips down below 60. once we move around, it all comes back to normal. So probably the light sources might actually give you trouble at some sense. So yeah, okay, fair enough. But once... And that looks like only for the outside light, because these lights are not really doing much. Movement is fluid, everything is kinda nice. So there must be something. We're not even pegged out on VRAM, so we're only at 5.8. So to be fair, not really bad. Yes, the article was correct in terms of having stable 60, but again, occasional dips, I would say it's pretty okay, considering we are absolutely pegged. 2K ultra settings, I think it's understandable that sometimes some of the things will make your life a bit more miserable. So yeah, let's move on to our next contender then and see how we fare there. So our next contender is actually Hitman 2, which I believe is still used for benchmarking CPU performance due to count of NPCs. Graphically, I wouldn't say this is too demanding title, but I do believe it might actually be. You know, opinions might vary here. We're gonna go with DirectX 12 just for consistency's sake. 4040p, vertical sync is off, and everything else is gonna be on ultra, so I think it's pretty much gonna be okay. So let's hit play, see where we end up in a main screen, and we'll do the first mission walkthrough. Well, not even a full walkthrough, just gonna land on a beach, walk around, see how it all looks and feels and plays. So 101 Interactive have actually put quite effort in optimizing this game, so I can't really say that it runs bad at any point. I would say the first Hitman was a bit more challenging in terms of graphical fidelity and performance than the second one. So let's go for it. Quick peek over the graphics. 4040, ultra high, and as you can see, NVIDIA RAM predicted is 1397 out of 10 gigs, so I'm absolutely not worried about running out of video memory here. Let's go for the night call. And we're gonna do casual because again we're just walking around here really. I skipped the cutscene of Agent 47 arriving on a coast with a boat. So here we are and...
At the location. No hostile presence.
Understood. Alma Reynard's house is just up the beach. Our intel indicates that she and her team are laying low, most likely planning the militia's next strike.
Reynard is one of the Shadow Client's top lieutenants, and yet she's not a target.
Not yet, anyway. She's no doubt high on our client's list, but for now, it's information we seek. Infiltrate the house and get us a lead on the Shadow Client. Up for some B&E, 47.
On my way.
So as you can actually see, we are currently at 100 plus frames to be honest, and we're 2K ultra settings, DirectX 12, and I honestly do not see any issues. Obviously, if I'm gonna be playing this with in 4K, I do believe we're gonna have a bad time because after all it is Hitman, and you know, all this in 4K will just eat away the card's processing power rather than the video memory, because we are pulling 3.7 actually, and in RAM it's 6.3, so I wouldn't say that, you know, things are bad at any point. Okay, I think we need to go and go to the garage.
They could be out. Could be lying low. The satellite scans were inconclusive. Only one way to find out, I'm afraid.
I somehow feel I actually had to pick up my gear from the boat, but end of the day. Well, we're inside, and so far the frames are quite consistent. Oh, this must be nice. Yeah, I must say the performance is actually absolutely fine. And I kind of would need to remember how to do the Hitman vision, but I think we can just hack this.
See if you can't access it. Encrypted. Assuming there's a key, Reynard wouldn't just leave it lying around. Wait. According to the floor plan, the room you're in should be a lot bigger. There might be a concealed space behind the wall. Check for hidden panels, 47. Here we go. For the office computer, no doubt.
Well, I remembered where we need to go.
I'm in.
Hurry. I'm detecting movement up the road. A motorcade, possibly Reynard's.
Uploading the data.
Hold on. Receiving it now. Nothing on the shadow client or the other cells. No names, no aliases. I doubt she even knows whom she's working for. Wait, here's something. A message from Robert Knox of Kronstadt Industries. And by the sound of it, he's a Providence operative.
A defector.
Well, well, well. Client won't like this one bit.
And you can't wait to tell him. They're back. Multiple hostiles.
I see them. Damn. Okay, we've got all we're going to get. Go to stage 2, 47. Eliminate Reynard, and preferably without raising suspicion. One step ahead of the shadow client for once. Let's keep it that way.
Ugh, I thought this night would never end. What a snob fest. And I even missed out on the action.
I'm sorry you had to endure all that free champagne and cello music, Orson. What can I say? You really took one for the team.
Yeah, well, I say stick to what you know.
Now get off the property.
I must say there's nothing better than good old-fashioned combat to test your frames, and so far the frames are holding up pretty well nicely. I'm pretty sure I will.
You see him?
hell?
Come on! I can't see him either. Shit! I could have sworn he was there a second ago. We gotta find him.
Well, I must say this is pretty enough.
I need backup. Matt, you read me. Over. Got a real bad feeling about this.
Oh, found the Hitman sense.
Search the area. Find the perk.
And a shotgun. How predictable. Well, I mean, it's quite obvious where we need to go and what we need to do, so at this point, I think I'm just gonna bid you guys farewell with the Hitman, and let's go to Far Cry 5. Sounds about right. And here we are, our last contender, place number 4, Far Cry 5. So, I don't know. The moment I read that Far Cry 5 is graphically demanding, I was literally surprised. So, well, you know those websites. They like to tell us things that might not necessarily be entirely true. Anyway, we are running on 4040p. Let's go for the settings. Vertical sync is off and everything else is on ultra preset. I'm also using HD textures just so, you know, give it a bit more eye candy here. We're gonna run the benchmark first and then we're just gonna go from there. Should be pretty good indication. Then we're gonna see the in-game performance as well. Obviously, as you know, I don't trust synthetic benchmarks, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna be way above 60 frames rather than what's been told for us. So as expected, obviously, so the minimum frames are 80, average FPS is 100, so to be fair, it's exactly as I expected, so I don't know, I honestly have no idea why would they get such a low score in their testing, if they actually tested anything. So let's just quickly hit continue and see where we end up. I've beaten the game back in a day, so that's why I have the New Game Plus available. I literally don't know where we're gonna end up right now. And we are here, and well, to be fair, 100 frames. Not bad at all. Oh, this is bad. Well, to be fair, I didn't see anything falling down below 40 frames, so we must be doing something right here when it comes to playing, but apparently I'm kind of running out of ammo because I'm, well, should be buying stuff rather than not buying them, but so yeah, 2K resolution, 78 frames, everything maxed out. Not bad at all. Let's go for a quick ride. Yeah, I actually don't see any problems with this. 74, and please do remember we are with i5-9600k, not overclocked, and 1080 is also not overclocked, so you're welcome, man. No worries. Yeah, to be fair, I kinda need to. Ah, there we go. Much better. So yeah, this is basically where we're at, and as you can see, we're doing way better than the article said we're gonna be doing, so can't really complain. Also, this kind of should be a reminder, always do your own research before you actually blindly trust someone, so just an FYI. That grouping though, it's terrible. But oh well. No issues whatsoever. So I think this is actually pretty decent and pretty enough, so as always, I think I'm gonna leave it here, and yeah, thanks for watching, and if you have any more questions or any prepositions or whatever if you have anything at all, let me know, leave a comment, or you know, just enjoy the Sunday or whichever day you're gonna see this video on, and we'll take from there. As always, thanks for watching, and stay classy.